Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Methodical Man here, coming to you on a Thursday night. And I want to just take a few minutes here and go over the strategy that I've been trading on the stream. A couple of people have asked me to kind of make a video, kind of just going over it. And so I decided that I would tonight. And basically, I kind of want to give some credit, to where the strategy came from. I'm not going to credit any one person because I've taken different concepts from each person and kind of meshed it together all in one. So some of the concepts are going to come from Dave Teaches FX, STOIC TA. So if you check out some of their videos, you'll see that they're also using a similar strategy to this. And then also CAMMY Capital. CAMMY's calling it the micro peen strategy. I don't quite know what Dave and STOIC are calling it, so I'm not quite sure. I did watch a couple of their videos, so it is derived kind of from those three people. My ATM strategy is going to be slightly different than theirs, the way that they're doing it. I'm not using a bias. I'm not using any other confluence other than the 15-second chart and just straight price action. I'm not using a draw on liquidity. I'm not having a long or a short bias or anything like that. And in my back testing, the way that I am currently using it and the forward testing over the last probably week, it's running at 87% with this updated ATM strategy. Now, I will say that the ATM strategy that I'm using does have a negative R. What do I mean by that? I have a 12-tick stop or 12-tick take profit and a 16-tick stop loss. For example, CAMMY Capital is using it with a 1-to-1 R. 20-tick take profit, 20-tick stop loss. I found that you can raise the win rate by lowering the take profit. So I'm willing to take shorter profits and have a higher win rate. You can choose how you want to use it or anything like that. But and again, I'm not an expert at this strategy, so if I explain it and it's incorrect from the way someone else would explain it, I apologize. So kind of how it works basically is we're just kind of looking at market structure, right? So if we were looking for a long position, would say we have a high, a low, a higher high, all right? So the idea is you want to sweep a high. So it would have swept this high first. So whatever direction price goes in first is the direction of your position. That's the direction you're going to go. So since we swept the high, now we need to sweep a low, any swing low. So usually you would just look immediately to the left, so that B leg there. So you look for price to sweep that B leg. So now you've swept the high, you swept the low, and now you're waiting for price to move back above the high to remanipulate the high here, okay? And then from there, you're going to wait for price to revisit the zone once more. So then you would fib the leg that broke the high and broke the low. So you get your fib tool. Which one's the fib? I think it's this one. And the leg that broke the high and broke the low is the leg that you would fib, okay? So that's the leg that broke the high and the leg that broke the low. And all you're going to do is you're going to take a pullback, which I drew this backwards. Let's fix it. Don't want to confuse anybody here. So you're looking for price to pull back into the 0.3, into the 30% range. So once price breaks the high, you're going to rest your order here at the 30% mark. And if you're using my ATM strategy, then you're going to look for a 12-tick take profit with a 16-tick stop loss. Now, a couple different ways you can do this. I like trading it on the 15-second chart. You can trade it on the 30-second or the 1 minute. Now, I found on the 30-second or the 1 minute that you really want to take the entry off the 0.5 line here. And then you can target the swings. So take it off the 0.5, target the swing high that you measured, the manipulation leg, and then you put your stop at the swing low, okay? That's what I've noticed. Now you can do it however you want. So that's a long example. So we'll give a short example here. So a low, a high, well, we'll just call it an equal one, a lower low, a higher high, and then a lower low. So in this scenario, we have a low, a push up. We manipulate the low first here. Then we manipulate the high. and then price remanipulates the low. So then we want to see price revisit the zone here. So then you would fib the manipulation leg. So from here to here, because this is the leg that broke the low and broke the high, and we would look for price to push back up into the 0.3 zone if you're using my ATM strategy. Like I said, there's several different ways to do this. On the larger time frames, I believe the 0.5 is the way to go. So that's kind of the idea there. Now, I looked at this stuff and I'm like, okay, I think I understand it. But then once I got into the charts, very quickly realized that if you don't see this kind of in real time, it's difficult to see, because here the swings are clear. Now, like I said, I'm using any swing, any and every swing. You're going to get different people that are going to tell you different things when it comes to that. You make your own decision, your own choice. So when it comes to that kind of stuff. So we're going to kind of start here in the chart. And this is today's price action, and I'm just going to kind of start from 10 a.m. So this is on the 15-second chart here. We're going to zoom in and just kind of start with action, with our price action here, okay? So right here we have a low. And the easiest way to see this, in my opinion, that I've found is when price is trending in a direction, it's generally going to be lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. The easiest way to know that you may have a setup is one of these are broken. So instead of a lower low, lower high, lower low, it would be a higher high, and then you would be looking for the lower low, and that indicates your setup there. So you want to see a break in that structure there. So here we go: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. What do we have here? We have a small swing high. Now, what constitutes a swing high? It's a simple 3-pattern setup, 3-candle setup. So you have 3 candles here, with the candle in the middle simply being higher. That's a swing high. Okay, that counts. Same thing here. You see 3 candles with the candle in the middle being lower. That's a swing low. That's how I am using this strategy, okay? Whether you deem that as right or wrong, that's your decision. Doesn't matter to me. So in this scenario, we have a swing high, a low. We went back above the high. So had we went below this low, had we went below that low there, then if price had priced below that low, then this would have been a setup and we would have fibbed this leg. Since price did not, this is not a setup. So now we have a high. Do we have a low broken? Yes, we have a swing low broken right here. If you guys can, maybe I can make that a little clearer. I'm not too good at drawing these. All right, let's delete both of those. Why did I not delete that? Did I make 2 of them? What in the world is going on here? I don't know why it's not deleting that. Anyways, you guys get the point. That's a swing low. Okay, that counts. So we have a high, we have a low, then it broke that swing low. So as soon as price moves back above this high, which it does on this candle here, we're going to fib this leg for a long. And so let's do that. So we're going to fib the leg that made that manipulated the high and manipulated the low. So from here to here, let's try to zoom in on this a little more. And it can be a small, just a very, very small setup like this, and it's fine. So what happens? Price moves above the high here, just barely, but a couple of ticks. Then it pulls back. Does it tag us in off the 30? Yes, it does. Does it give us, so where's it go to? 60, 75, and we're tagged in at 63. So it doesn't stop us out on our 16 ticks. Does it give us 12 ticks in profit? Yes, it does. So that's your first winner right there. So after your first winner, you're just looking for price to, you're looking for, it can trend up. You're just looking for a low to be broken if you're moving higher. Once a swing low is broken, you have a potential setup. So for example, we have a high. Here's a swing low right here. Let's see if we do a better job at marking this one out. So that's a swing low. This is your swing high. High, low. So in order for the setup to be valid, we have to break the low, which we did here. And then we have to move back above the high, which we did here. So once that happens, we fib the high and the low from here to here. And we wait for price to come back into the zone to tag us in at the 0.3. Okay, right here. Tags us in right there at 79.75. Pushes up to 84. That's a winner. That's how quick and easy this is. Now you can see we're wrong on the direction. Price sells off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be right on the direction, okay? So you don't have to get it completely right. So this is the leg that broke the high. You can see pulls back, doesn't tag us in there, pulls back here, tags us in, you see the wick, then pushes back up. That's our profit. That's all we care. We don't care about anything else. So whether you're using, like I said, you can use bias if you want to. You can go for larger targets if you want to. You can do this on the 1 minute chart and then look for a 6 or 7 to 1 R if you wanted to. Completely up to you. This is just how I'm doing it. This is how I interpret it. Okay. Now what happens? Price sells off. Now we're looking for a high to be broken when it's moving down. That's all we're doing, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So you're just looking for a high to be broken for your next potential setup, right? Lower high or lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Now this would be a potential setup if price would move back below the low here. So here's your swing low. That's your first swing high, and it broke that. So if price moved back below this low, which it did not do, that would be your next setup. Okay. Since price didn't do that, then we're looking to the uptrend here. So now in order for this to be a setup, since we have a higher high, now we need a swing low to be broken in order for it to be a setup long. Swing low right there, broke the swing low right there. So once price moves back above this high, which it does here, then that would be a setup for us. So we would fib from the high to the low right here, because this is what broke it. We can put it over here just to make it a little clearer. So I'm fibbing from this high to this low, because these are the ones that broke this swing high. This broke this swing low. Does price ever return here to tag us in? It does not. It just continues higher. That's going to happen sometimes, right? So then you just continue on. And this is the 15-second chart, so it's going to move fast. You got to be on your P's and Q's here or you're going to miss setups. That's just how it is, okay? So all I'm looking for now as it moves up, I'm looking for it to break a low. So we have a swing high here. Swing, oh, goodness, I hit the wrong button. I'm bad at TradingView, guys. Swing high there. Now we need a swing low to be created and broken. What do we have here? Swing low. Did we break it? Yes, we did, right here. Okay. So then we would need to move back above the high in order to have a long setup. Now, what happens? Price continues lower. We see that. So what would we need for a long setup? Okay. Now we need a swing high to be broken. Okay. Are there any swing highs? So we see this swing high. Let's just look to the left. What do we see here? Swing high right here. So this high broke this high. Okay. All right. Now we need price to break a low, which it did, but it never went back above the high. So there's no setups in here yet. You're not getting a setup there. I don't know how you take that off. I don't know. What am I doing here? I'm just writing all over the place. All right, there we go. Still writing. I'm telling you guys, I'm horrible at this here. So anyways, as price starts moving down, again, we're just looking for a high to be broken. That's the easiest way to see this setup. So you got a low, swing high, we broke the high, okay? So we'll try to mark that out if we can keep it less than crude here. So there's your low. This is a swing high. So did we break that swing high? Yes, we did. So if we move back below this low, then that's a setup short, and we would fib from the high to the low and see if price, once it breaks the swing point, does it come back and tag us in? You can see it does not. But that's just a simple way to explain this, an easy way to see it. That's as easy as I can explain it, guys. I'm sure there's people who can go in deeper depth in explaining it. I just can't. That's just the way I do it. Now, you could also look at these higher. So I'm zoomed in, right? You can see I was zoomed in on every little move there. You can zoom out. You can say, this is a high, this is a low, this is a higher high. You could do that as well, and then fib this leg for a move off. You know, you could still do it that way. I find that by being zoomed in, you get more entries and more opportunities to make money there. You can do it however you want. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. We are trying to push into 1,000 subscribers. If you are new here, we do stream live 5 days a week, 9:15 a.m. Eastern and 3 a.m. Eastern as well, London and New York. If you guys are interested in trading futures, we do have all the links below for Topstep, Apex, Bulenox. Pick your choice. Any of the links help the channel, and we do appreciate it. We also have the link now below to the Discord if you're interested in joining the Discord. And like I said, if you want to see this strategy traded, maybe not 100% the way that you are used to trading it or the way you've seen it traded, join us for the live stream. We do this every day. So I appreciate you guys watching. That's going to be it for me, and we'll see you next time.